So it is August 1st, which means it is Ark's birthday. Yay! Awesome. So excited. He's had a great morning. I'm about to go into work here in a few minutes, and I thought I would do a general fitness, weight loss, whatever update. July was not really a good month. And there's several reasons for that. So I started the month off really strong. Super excited. I had, two 5Ks earlier this month, which was fun. Oh my gosh, they were so fun. I had 3 in the course of like a week, but the first one I should say was at the end of June, so I'm not counting that one. Then I had a 4th of July one, and then I had my color run, which, oh my gosh, if you ever get to do a color run, it is so much fun. I loved it. Anyway, and then from there, I ran like twice a week, every single week, so that's not good. Last week I ran one time. I'm so highly disappointed in myself. But I mean, that's part of the process. I know I need to get better at it. I've said it before in other videos. I have to get better at making running a priority again. The issue right now is that, it's middle of summer. There's a lot of summer storms that pass through. So it's either too hot and humid and gross outside to run safely, or it's storming, or I literally have been working a million hours at work. So, and I'm not gonna go running at, freaking 10, 11 o'clock at night, even in a public place like here around my work. It's just not gonna happen. Weekends have been the strongest time for me to go running, especially on like a Saturday morning. I've been working 6 days a week, sometimes 7. I shouldn't say sometimes. I've worked one 7-day full week and then, worked 6 more days on top of that. Anyway, and I'm so tired all the time. I am not good at this balancing thing. There were other issues that came about in July, and on the plus side of that, it caused me to drop 6 or 7 pounds in the course of 36 hours, which isn't healthy at all. But that's what happens when you don't eat. And so the lowest that I saw my weight was 176, which means that I was down 79 pounds since October, which is great. That's a great number. However, getting to that number was not the way I wanted it to happen. And since then, obviously I started eating again. I'm not going to starve myself forever. And I'm back up to 180, I think is where it's kind of tapered off at. So yeah, waiting to go back down below 179. I don't know that I'm going to count the 176 that I saw as an actual weight, because it wasn't, even though that's what the scale said, it wasn't an accurate representation, I guess, of me losing weight. So the last half of July turned into an emotional eating binge fest, and I don't know what happened. I just started eating whatever food I wanted pretty much whenever I wanted. I shouldn't say whatever food whenever. I'm still staying roughly within my calorie count. I got a new phone because my old one, just after my 4th of July run, just decided, hey, you know what? I'm not going to work anymore. And so I went out and I got the cheapest Android phone that, could do everything that I needed it to do. The downside to that is that I got one with a not so good processor. So it's really slow, it crashes a lot. And I'm learning its quirks and such, and I'm very grateful to have a working phone at all, but it's really hard for me to play music and run with my Map My Run app at the same time. It crashes. It literally will take up to half an hour for me to get them both functioning simultaneously, and it is so frustrating and so exhausting to just sit there and get them to work. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, that being said, it has a hard time running my my MyFitnessPal app, which is what I use to log my calories. I do what I can when I can, but I am not being consistent. If I'm going to be honest with myself and with everyone else, I'm not being consistent with logging everything, and that needs to change again, because that was a huge key to me being successful so far. Even if, I switched it up and ate different things here and there, I was still making sure to stay within my calorie count. And I know I have not been doing that. Granted, what I have been eating and snacking on and, just being mindless about eating has not caused me to gain any weight, thank goodness, but I need to get better. Um, just wipe the slate clean, start over from the basics, log every day, log every meal, every single thing that goes into my mouth, into my stomach needs to be logged. And I need to eat my meal preps again. I make them, and for the most part I eat them, but I splurge a lot. And by splurge, it's not really splurge. I indulge would be a better word. Yeah. It's a bad habit. That's how I got into the, size 22 pants, 255-pound old me. And as much as I've built new habits and I like the way I feel when I'm eating clean, eating healthy, and, balancing out healthy versus, once in a while having these indulgence, I still need to be, it's no excuse to go backwards. It's not. So, I had a financial issue, not really this last month, but the last couple of months, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't updated this channel on it, but I moved into an apartment, and shortly after that, I ended up getting a wage garnishment for something that is completely unrelated to to the point of this video. I suck with money, just being honest. So I've had to learn a lot of really hard lessons around all that, and get myself back on the right track with a lot of help. And so it's been a weird month last month, and then the last few months, really. It's been great and it's been weird, and I just, like I said a few minutes ago, I need to wipe the slate clean and start over from scratch. I need to get myself back onto a regular running schedule, even if it's just, 2 or 3 times a week. It has to be regular. I have to force myself into doing it. I still love running. I still love going out and doing it and feeling like I'm doing something positive for myself and I feel good about myself. But I'm not gonna lie, it is really hard. It is so hard, you guys. Working, let's see, 1 week this month, I worked 78 hours. That's a lot. That's a lot of hours. That's 7 days straight that I worked, plus, the entire 6 days after that. But that's 5 12-hour shifts and 2 9-hour shifts. And I was exhausted. A lot of that, like I said, at my work, it's a physical job. So I was very tired, and running just wasn't going to happen that week. Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't mean to complain or anything. I just wanted to be honest with you guys because this is part of the process. This is part of the journey is, you know, sometimes you're going to kill it and you're going to make headway and you're going to feel great about yourself. And for the most part, I hope that's what most people's journeys are. And then there are going to be parts, especially down the road, when you're feeling more comfortable and thinking like, oh, I can relax a little bit around this. It's not about relaxing about it. It's more just being aware of what you're doing and that you're going back down, a bad path, the path that got you to, where you were to begin with. And you don't want to do that, especially after I've worked this hard to get to where I am. And I'm not at my goal yet. But I love seeing the results, and I love the new me so far. All the problems aside, I am loving what my body is turning into, and I don't want that to reverse, and I don't want to lose all of this hard work and effort that I've put in, I guess is what I'm saying. But anyway, I gotta go into work now and stop rambling, so I will see you guys in my next update. Bye.